Hey guys, in today's video, we're going to be going over how to play Hitchin' a Ride by Green Day off their best record, Nimrod. So let's dive into that right now. All right, now before we dive in, guys, I did create a tab for this song for you, so you can get that for free just by going to simpleguitar.com/hitchinaride. It's just there. Just click the button, download it. You can use it as we go through the song today. Now, this song is all power chords. So if you don't know how to play power chords, you need to go watch this video right here, and that will get you the foundation that you need to play this song. I'll put the link in the description as well. But this song is really straightforward. There's only 3 chord progressions in the entire song. There's one chord progression that gets used for the intro, and then it's used again for the verse, and then it's used again for the pre-chorus, just played slightly differently. And then we have the chorus chord progression, and we have the solo chord progression, which gets used again in the outro. So let's start with the intro, verse, pre-chorus chord progression, and we'll go over how it's played differently for all 3 of those different sections. So for this first chord progression, we're going to be up here on your 6th string and 5th string with a B power chord. And what you're going to do is you're going to play it twice. Then you're going to slide down 2 frets to an A, then down 1 more fret to a G sharp, and 1 more fret down to G. That's the progression. Really simple. So 7 and 9 for your B, 5 and 7 for your A, 4 and 6 for your G sharp, and 3 and 5 for your G. But here's the trick. This is how we play it in the intro and in the verse. What you're going to do is you're playing each chord 2 times. And we're basically just playing quarter notes for these. We're just playing these on the beat. We're just playing 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. For the most part, all we're doing for this until we hit our G chord is we're just playing quarter notes. We're just playing on the beat. So we're playing 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then when we get to our G chord, what we're going to do is we're going to play 8th notes. We're going to play 3 and 4 and for that. So that'll be a down, up, down, up. So check this out. It'll look like this. We have our B with 1, 2, and then A, 3, 4. And in the next measure, we're going to play our G sharp for 1, 2, and then we're going to slide down for G and do 3 and 4. Now here's the trick with that rhythm. This song is swung, which means our 8th notes aren't played straight. We aren't playing 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. We have to delay that second one and play it late so that we get 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So when we do our down, up for that, you have to swing that rhythm and play down, up. So your upstroke is going to be shorter than your downstroke. Now on top of that, right between your notes, as you're bringing your hand up to play, you're going to hit some muted strings. You'll notice this on the tab. There's some X's on those strings. So it looks like you're playing 7 and 9, and then there's 2 X's. And that's just your hand hitting the strings as you bring your hand back up to get ready for the next chord. Now, it's not crucial that you get that down right away, but as soon as you do, it's going to make it sound a whole lot more like the actual song. Now, the last thing is for the intro and for the verse sections, what we're going to do is we're going to palm mute this. So that means take your palm right here, place it right over where your strings are crossing the saddle so that it just nicely mutes it. And that'll give you the sound. Now, the last thing about the intro and the verse chord progression and in the pre-chorus too is you'll notice when you're looking at the music right here, in the standard music notation, you'll see a little dot right underneath the notes. If you've never seen that before, that is called a staccato dot. So it's indicating that we're going to play that note short. So you'll notice for this section, a lot of the time what we're doing is we're playing that short. And what you do is you use your fretting hand to just release the strings. And And that makes it sound short and sharp and disconnected like that. And we want that most of the time, but then there are times where we don't, and we'll talk about that too. So I'm gonna play through this a few times just so you can practice along with it, and it gets used for the intro and for the verse. And then we'll talk about how it's different when we go to the pre-chorus. So that chord progression is only 2 measures long. We play it twice for the intro. Then when we go into the verse, what we're doing is we're going to play it 8 times total. But here's the trick. We've got, if you look in here, we've got a repeat sign. So we're going to repeat this verse section, and we're going to repeat this a total of 4 times. The first 3 times, we're playing it perfectly normal like we normally do, where we're playing our 1, 2, 3, and 4 and for that last measure. But the 4th time, what we're going to do is we're going to play the first part of it normal, and then we're going to skip the measure with the bracket that says 1 through 3 over it, and we're going to play the 4th ending. So these are called multiple endings. If you've never seen these in sheet music before, they're very handy because they keep you from having to write the same thing out all the time. So we've got a repeat sign at the beginning, and that's where we're going to go back to when we repeat. And then we have a repeat sign for the first, second, third ending in the what's called the first ending. And so when we hit that in the first ending, we're going to jump back to the first repeat sign and play it again. And then we'll jump back for the second ending and play it again and jump back for the third ending. But then that 4th time, we're going to skip the first through third ending and play the 4th ending, which is different. What we're going to do there is we're going to release our palm mute, and we're going to play triplets for our G sharp and G. And that's going to be a down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And that will sound like this. And that leads us into the pre-chorus. And that leads us into the pre-chorus. Now the pre-chorus is the exact same thing, except what we're gonna do is instead of using 2-string power chords, we're gonna use 3-string power chords to give it a little bit more beef. And we're not gonna palm mute, we're gonna play it loud and open. You're still gonna wanna keep your staccato for parts of it. For this pre-chorus, what we're doing is we're playing it a total of 4 times, and the 4th time it's going to be just a little bit different. On the 4th time, we're going to end on our G sharp, just hitting 1 and 2. So we're not going to play G. We're going to let it just rest, and then we go into the second verse. So this whole first pre-chorus is going to sound like this. Now for the second verse, it's exactly the same as the first verse. We have the first through third endings, and then we do the 4th ending to go into the pre-chorus. Now the second pre-chorus is the same length, but what we're doing is we're actually leading into the chorus this time. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna play that same chord progression, but we're not gonna play it staccato at all. And we're gonna play the whole thing, and that'll lead us into the chorus. So the second pre-chorus is gonna sound like this. And that's the second pre-chorus. Now the chorus is where it finally changes. So for the chorus, we're going to start with an open E power chord, which is your open 6th string, and then the 2nd fret on your 5th and 4th strings, which I'm just playing with 1 finger. And then we're going to have an F sharp, and that is going to be the 2nd fret on your 6th string and 4 on your 5th and 4th strings. And the rhythm that we're going to play for those 2 chords is 1, 2, and 4 and. So that's going to be 1, 2, and 4 and. So it'll sound like this. Don't forget to swing it. Then after that, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back up and we're gonna play our B, A, G sharp, G, And on this first chorus at the end, what we're going to do is we're going to play that E again. And then we're going to play F sharp, but we're just going to play F sharp on 1, 2, 3. So we're going to go 1, 2, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, rest. Then we have one stop rest, and then we are going into a very short verse where we're going to play what we did for the intro. And then we're going to play that chord progression 3 more times for a very, very short verse, which will end on beat 4 with our G chord. Instead of playing 3 and 4 and with G sharp and G. So this whole little third verse, little intro thing before the solo is going to sound like this. Then when the violin solo kicks in, what we're going to do is we're going to play our final progression, our final different progression for this. This is another B power chord, but it's a lot easier to do this one starting on your 5th string. So I'm playing 2 on my 5th string and 4 on my 4th and 3rd strings. And then I'm going to slide that up to a D chord. And then I'm going to go to a G on my 6th string, so 3 and 5. And then F sharp, which is 2 and 4. So it'll be B, D, G, F sharp. B, D, F sharp. And we're going to play that a total of 8 times. So you'll see in the tab, that line, we're going to repeat it 4 times. So the whole solo is going to sound like this. And then we're into the final chorus. Now the final chorus is exactly the same. We have our E, F sharp, and then our B, A, G sharp, G, E, F sharp. And that time we're playing the same strum pattern each time we play E and F sharp. Then from there, we're going to go into the outro, which the outro is a repeat of the solo section for us. So what we're doing is we're playing that B, E, G, F sharp, and we're going to play that a total of 8 times. So you'll see in the tab, we repeat that line 4 times. And then at the very end, we're going to play one more progression, staccato, doing our B, A, G sharp, but we're going to stop on G sharp. We're not going to play G. Now, after that, they clean up the tone. So I'm just going to turn my guitar down a little bit. And they play a B6 with an F sharp in the bass. That sounds goofy, right? What it is I'm going to use my first finger to bar on my 6th string and 5th string playing the 2nd fret. And then I'm going to lay my 3rd finger across on the 4th fret on my 4th, 3rd, and 2nd strings. And then I'm laying my pinky down to help catch the 1st string on the 4th fret. So it's just 2nd fret, 4th fret. That's it. 2nd fret on your lowest 2 strings. And then your 4th fret on your other 4. And you play that all together with a clean tone. And that gets you the chord that they strum at the end. So those are all the sections and how you play them for the entire song. So let's go ahead and play with the music so that you can practice playing the entire song. Now I do have the description. Now down in the description, I have the links to the chapters. If you need to go back and practice any of those sections, you can use the YouTube controls to slow it down, whatever you got to do. But let's go ahead and play along with the whole song, and then we'll go from there.
Spirits need a break. crowd at the fountain of youth, now dehydrated. My tongue is swallowed up again.
So that's it, guys. That is how you play Hitchin' a Ride by Green Day. This is one of my favorite songs to get people playing as soon as they start playing power chords because it's pretty straightforward. It's pretty simple. You've only got the 3 chord progressions and it's a lot of fun. So I hope you enjoyed that. Add that to your catalog of songs that you can play whenever someone says, hey, play this song, right? Or go play it with a band. Have some fun with this song. It's a cool song. If you have any questions still, leave me a comment down below. I'll get down there and help you out with that. But thank you so much for watching today and for liking the video, subscribing, commenting, all that fun stuff. If you enjoyed this, I have another gift for you. If you go to simpleguitar.com/top10, there I have a guide called the top 10 things to learn on guitar first. And it's 10 things that make a huge impact on your guitar playing to go from feeling like a beginner to feeling really confident and sounding good. It's stuff like starting out with playing power chords like this, what open chords you should start out with, what scale you should learn first, how to use your amp right, what things you should pay attention to, like where your thumb should go, watching your right hand, different stuff like that. It's 17 pages packed full going over all 10 of those things. It's really practical. So go get that guide for free. It is yours. It's my gift to you for watching the video today. Thank you again so much. Have fun with Hitchin' a Ride, and I will catch you in the next video.